In this video today, I'm going to show you how we retain our customers. Hi, I'm Mark, CEO and co-founder of Primal, a digital marketing agency, and we have over 210 five-star reviews. We work with over 300 brands. So in order to achieve the high number of reviews and work with such a high number of customers, we need to ensure that our retention rate and how we keep our customers is as high as possible. And I'm going to walk you through how we think about that here. So customer retention focuses on two areas: results and service. So results are the results or intended desired outcome that the client or customer wants from you. So in our case, it's more leads, more sales, more revenue, more market share. And for you, it might be completely different, but your customers are looking for a desired outcome. The other part is service. When we look at service, we're looking at relationship building, we're looking at customer service, we're looking at how empathetic we are, how much we care about the customer, and basically how they feel when they speak with us. Ultimately, you can score low or high on these two areas. And let's just say that you deliver really low results and really terrible service. You're basically just going to have churn. That's not a place you want to be in. So if you're continuously losing customers, and you'll know that you are, because you won't be growing, right? You'll be bringing customers in and they just leave within a few months. This is not a place you want to be in, where you have churn, and it's typically because you have low service and clients or customers are just not getting what they want. Then you have very high results and low service. Basically, customers are getting exactly what they want from you, but there's just no service. Imagine you go to a restaurant, you get a dish served to you, but there's absolutely no service. You don't speak to anyone, the food's just delivered. It takes away from the experience. So you're really just not getting an experience, you're just getting an outcome. And you need both in order to drive the best kinds of customer relationships. So we call these low touch. So they're getting exactly what they want, but there's just no service. The third part is low results, but high service. We will call that relationships. Okay, so we have really good relationships, but we don't often deliver the desired outcome that our customers want. And then ultimately, where every business wants to be with their customer is up here. So where you're delivering high results, you're meeting desired outcomes, you're delivering the service, you have really great relationships, and you're driving referrals. If a business is thriving off purely just from the referrals they get, you know that they are an amazing business, because they drive results and they drive amazing service. So everyone just talks about them, and that is the best place to be. So when you're a business and you have churn, you need to look at both areas. Ultimately, we want to take a look at where the point of highest churn is in a business. Is it in their first month, second month, 12th month? What you would need to do is collect an entire list of all of your customers and have a look exactly when they churned. So let's just say that this is a 12-month period, and you notice that the point of highest churn is at month 3. This is an example of what we found. Is 2 years ago, we had a high number of clients churning from the business, and we identified that at month 3 is when they were leaving. So we asked ourselves, okay, well, what is happening, right? So the first thing you want to do is identify where to focus your retention improving efforts by looking at the point of highest churn. Now, all of the customers that churned at month 3, what we did is we surveyed them. So we asked them, okay, well, we understand you weren't happy. Tell us everything that didn't work. And what we found was that a lot of the reasons why they were leaving is because of mismanaged expectations and just not enough touch points in the first 3 months. Ultimately, our onboarding sucked, and there were mismanaged expectations with the first person they spoke to compared to the person afterwards. So ultimately, what we did was we aligned both teams. So we have customer service and we have sales. We aligned them to basically say the same thing, talk about the same timelines, and talk about the same kinds of results to expect. So this builds alignment in the onboarding stage. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment to pause the video and let you know that I'm relatively early in my YouTube journey, and I would really appreciate it that if you like the content, please give it a like and subscribe. All right, that's it. Back to the video. And then what we tried to do is we knew that results were not coming fast enough for the clients that were churning at month 3. So we put a massive amount of effort in order to deliver a result very, very quickly. And it didn't have to be a big result. It could just be some kind of small win within the first 3 months so that they could build up enough trust to then stay longer past the 3-month mark. So that was incredibly powerful for us. And then we also looked at how we could build relationships. So what we found was that within the 3-month period, there was a lot of waiting time. So clients were waiting for things to be set up, waiting for them to get a result, and there wasn't enough touch points from the person that they were speaking to. So what did we do? We increased the frequency at which we would speak to them and update them every single week in the first 3 months to ensure that they were always being kept up to date. They knew what was happening, and we moved from a low touch communication system to a very high touch one within the first 3 months. So purely just by focusing on the highest point of churn, looking at where we could improve in terms of service and speed to result as quickly as possible, we were able to fix the amount of clients churning at month 3. And we knew that once they passed month 3, they would stay for another 6 to 8 to 12 months. So we were effectively reducing the amount of churn at the highest point by focusing on these things. So in summary, what we did to improve that was identified highest point of churn, surveyed the customers at that point of highest churn. We looked at what they were unhappy with, which were getting results quickly so that they could feel like they were winning, and also looking at our service level to see what we could improve during our onboarding process to ensure that expectations are aligned and that there were no over promises being made by sales team, and then there was no under delivery by the operations team that they would have to deal with post sale. So focusing on those things for us helped us reduce our churn rate from about 5% to 3%. And that is a huge amount of clients for us in terms of revenue by just making those percentage changes. So I hope you found value here today. Thank you so much.